So now we're at the custard scene. And yeah. Hi, I'm Sarah with Horror, and today I will be watching Braindead, and I will be sharing my thoughts about the movie. Yeah, so instead of me just going in front of camera talking about what I think about a movie that I've seen, I will watch the movie and say what I think while watching it. Yeah, and also show you some of the new movies that I've been given for the last couple of months. Yeah, so let's start. Wow, I haven't seen Braindead for a long time, but I remember watching it when I was really young. I think I was like 12 or 13. Okay, so here it begins. We're at Skull Island. So we have a bunch of, or two people carrying this uh, rat thing, whatever it is, this creature. They're carrying it, and they are walking down this really narrow kind of mountain things. But as I said, I was like 13, and every Sunday, me and my mom used to go to this kind of like Walmart but smaller here in Sweden. And they used to have a bin with like three movies for $10, and I found Braindead there. And that is my introduction to Braindead. Okay, now these two men, they are encountered by the people who live on this island, and they are not very friendly. Yeah, they have their spears and things, and yeah, so they are kind of threatened by them, and they are pointing to the rat thing, the creature. They say it must be set free. But of course, the people, or the whoever it is, the guy with the glasses, he wants to take the creature with him, of course. Yeah. And yeah, and he shows them this permit. Like, they care about a permit. Yeah, they just tear it up, of course. Yeah. And then he takes out a gun. Yeah. Like one of these automatic, I think, guns that are like tuka 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 tuka. Yeah. And he starts shooting in the air, of course. Oh, and then he brings out a kind of small machete, freeze, or makes it easier to carry this box with this creature. And then everyone is chasing him. And also, Braindead is from 1992, of course, directed by Peter Jackson. And I wish that Peter Jackson, after he'd done Lord of the Rings, etc., I was hoping that he would go back to making these types of movies again. I mean, that would be amazing. And I think these movies, Braindead, Meet the Feebles, Bad Taste, those are his best movies in my opinion. Yeah, so I really wish that he will come back and do more of these types of movies. I mean, they're just so much fun. Okay, so now, oh no, yeah. The guy who took the box, he's in a car, and he has accidentally been bitten by this creature thing, or blood is running out, and the other guys are like, oh no, he's got the disease or whatever, and they take a weird machete, and now they're cutting off, they just cut off his hand, and they say this is Zengaya thing. I don't know what that means. Yeah, another one is like Zengaya, probably something bad. And then they cut off his arm, and then they see that he has this blood on his head. They take the machete down on the head, and then the title Braindead splashes up. I love that. But when I first saw this when I was like 13, I'm like, what's going on? Because I was used to watching like movies like Halloween, Scream, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So this was definitely something else. It was different. Yeah. But I did like it. I liked it. I really wanted to see where is this going. Yeah. Okay. So now the creature is on a plane. The plane is on its way. Yeah. Now we just get, who's in the movie, who's made the movie. And here we have it's starring Timothy Baum, Diana Penalver, Elizabeth Moody, among a lot of people. Yeah. So we can go to some trivia, see what fun we can learn about this movie. Okay, so what I first heard or saw this film, and then I kind of, I went to internet forums to try to read more about the movie, what other people thought about it. And one thing that I was always hearing about this movie is that it's the bloodiest movie that's ever been made. And I think at that time it was probably true. And this movie probably held that record for a while because there is a lot of blood in this one. Oh, and also I will of course be spoiling things. So if you haven't seen the movie and don't want spoilers, stop watching now. But if you've seen the movie or you haven't seen it and you just don't care, then watch. Yeah. But yeah, it's said to have been the bloodiest movie at that time. I'm sure some movie that has come today has probably broken that record, but I thought that was pretty neat. Okay, here now we go to a totally different scene. We have a kind of a small supermarket where Paquita works. Yes, she works there, and we have this other man who comes and delivers things to the shop, and she's quite smitten by him. She likes him, and they have a brief conversation, and she's like, oh. Oh, and then we have this kind of weirder older woman who is going to tell Paquita's fortune. Yes. So they have these tarot cards. Paquita shuffling them. She wants to see, what's going on, what will happen. Because she wants to know if this guy, his name is Roger, and her are meant to be together. She's very hopeful. The first card is Queen of Cups, so it says it's her. Then we have, okay, it's a knight in kind of black armor. She thinks it's Roger, but it's really not. And she says there will be one romance and it shall last forever. I said this man will enter your life in the near future, so now Roger, and you will become romantically entangled with him. Yeah, so I mean, Paquita's pretty excited. So she's like, who is this? And you will recognize this man by the symbol of the star and the moon. Yeah. So we have a tarot card with the sign of the moon, and it has a star in it also. So, and now we have the star of the movie has entered the shop, and he's already so clumsy. His name is Lionel. He's very clumsy. So Paquita walks out to the shop to take care of the customer. Lionel's reading a box of soap. Yeah, Paquita is quite not really happy. Okay, so Lionel is getting stuff for his mom, who is, well, very special. Yeah, she's very strict about things. And now Lionel is clumsy, and some pens and ribbons fell out, which made a symbol of the moon and of the star. And Paquita's like, oh, it's you. Yeah. And Lionel is like, what? No. He's like excusing himself, walking away. He's like, this is awkward. He's walking right out onto the street. Like backwards. He's walking backwards. Almost walks into a moving thingy cart. And he jumps on it. Yeah. But yeah, so now they have met, Paquita and Lionel. But I mean, Lionel was there to get stuff for his mother, and he didn't pick them up. So, and she's very strict. She's very, I mean, even if they have a super clean house, she still thinks it's dirty. Okay, so now he comes home. We meet the mother. She says there's a rat or something underneath the fridge. And she's like, the place is infested with vermin. Even though it's not. And she's in a foundation of some sort. She has been voted treasure elect or something of the WLW, Wellington Ladies Welfare League. Yeah. So she's like, you know, consider herself posh and stuff. And she wants everything to be perfect for when the guests arrive. And now she's looking around the house, which is, it's spotless. I mean, it's spotless. And she's like, it's so dirty. You have to clean. So Lionel has to clean, even though there is nothing to clean. I feel so bad for him. Because he really loves his mom, you can tell that. But, I mean, I think he needs to have his own life. Yeah. And he always has to mow the lawn, even though it has just been... Oh, I love this shot. Like, he mows the lawn, and then we get to see underneath the lawn mower. Yeah, the lawn mower. But yeah, we get to see underneath, we get to see, you know, the rotating blades, which we will come back to later. Oh, sorry, that was a Red Bull. Okay, so Paquita comes over to deliver what Lionel ordered for his mom. And she also brought her dog. Big dog. And she's looking around. She's like, oh, you have a big house. So this is probably the first time that she's been there. And, you know, she's making conversation with Lionel because she knows that they belong together. Oh, yeah, now they are talking about the zoo. And Paquita thinks that Lionel is asking her out to go to the zoo with him. And she's like, oh, yes. And then he's like, wait, what just happened? What? Okay. Oh, and the mom, she spies. She sees them together and she's not happy. Very jealous. You know, she doesn't want Lionel to have anyone. Any other woman but her. Yeah. And she always gets sentimental about her husband or Lionel's father, which we will get to know more about later. But I mean, so far, we get this thing with the creature, which is very interesting. And I'm looking forward to getting back to that story. But also, I think Lionel is such a special character. I think Peter Jackson directed him really well and wrote him really well because he's so interesting, and you know, you want to keep watching. Yeah, I want to see every scenes with him. And now they're at the zoo, Paquita and Lionel, having a grand old time. Lionel gets these flashbacks, and whenever now he stares at water. Whenever he sees water, he gets like these drowning flashbacks. Yeah. And Paquita's like, what's wrong? And Lionel says that when he was young, he went to the beach and he nearly drowned. Yeah. And his dad dove in to save him. But then his dad died as a result. He was washed away to sea. That's what Lionel's telling Paquita. Oh, here it even says that 300 liters of fake blood was used in the final scene of the film. So just the final scene in the film had 300 liters of blood. That's crazy. And awesome. Oh, okay, now they are looking at the little monkeys. And Paquita just gave him a little peck. Yeah, that was nice. Oh, oh, now they are having a real kiss, but the monkeys are throwing things at them. So Paquita throws, yeah, it was like a part of an apple back. The monkey grabs the apple, but then the monkey is kind of knocked out by the creature we talked in the beginning. It says simian rat, and we get to see the creature. Oh, it's so cute. I've always thought it's so cute. You know, it looks like stop motion or something. And the creature actually grabs the arm of the monkey and rips it right off. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, what a sight. You go to the zoo and then you see that. It's something. Oh, and this creature is just like, ah. I mean, it's cute, but it's ugly, but it's really cute. And then we have someone come in to take care of this monkey. Oh, poor monkey. So maybe it wasn't a smart idea to bring that creature, rat, monkey here. Just a thought. And then Paquita, she gets blood from the missing monkey's arm on her shoes. You know. Oh, now we see that the mother has followed them to the zoo. Yeah. She's that jealous and controlling. Oh, and she's near the cage where the creature is, and it bits her. That creature bits her. Yes, right in the arm. And she screams, and Lionel, he recognizes his mother's screams. Aww. And she hits, yeah, she hits a little rat monkey, and she kills him. She takes her heel of her shoe and squishes the creature. Aww, poor creature. Even though that creature was kind of wild, but aww. But at least she got bit, you know. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. And now Lionel and Paquita have found the mom, and Paquita's like, I can help you. And the mom is like, ew. She pushes her to the side, and she's like, Lionel, please take me home. So Lionel, you know, goes to his mother, and Paquita's left all alone. And then we see the nurse, and that takes care of the mother's bite. And now his mother's telling him of all the pain he has caused her by going to the zoo with Paquita. That's some controlling shit right there. Yeah. Here's another fun fact about the movie. During the lawn mower scene, movie blood was pumped at 5 gallons per second. Yeah. That is probably a lot because we don't use gallons here in Sweden, but that is probably a lot. Yeah. Oh, and now Paquita, she comes back. Yeah, because Lionel forgot his jacket. So she's returning it. And he's like, shh, just go. I will get the jacket tomorrow. And she's like, no, let me come up, you know. So she kind of climbs up. Lionel's making sure the mother doesn't hear anything. Yeah. And then he lets her in. Well, first they are on the balcony, of course. Okay, so now Paquita and Lionel, they are kissing, having a great time. Paquita's happy. And she repeats what they said, there will be one romance and it shall last forever. And now the mother kind of has bad dreams. We also cut to Paquita and Lionel, who are now in bed. Then we also cut to the tarot card woman. She is laying out some more cards, and she sees something bad, something horrible. All the cards are just telling her, like, failure, about defeat, like, yeah, things will spiral. Sorrow. And also the mother's bite is kind of having a life of its own. Like, it's pulsating and it's just burst. Yeah. And I love that scene. That's such a good scene when it cuts to all these different things happening. We have the music, we have the romance, we have the ominous things that are going to happen. Yeah. And now his mother's feeling awful. Just awful. The bite it's gnarly. I love that. It's a really well made, bite. I love that it's pulsating. It's like it is almost like it has a little heart, and the heart is pumping and beating. And she also has that dinner today with the guests from that women's league or whatever that was. And now they are here. Oh, and I can show you some of the new things I've got. Okay, so unfortunately, I ordered like 3 movies from Eureka. They had a sale, but 2 of them were kind of broke because I think the one who delivered my mail didn't do a very good job. And I ordered The Man Who Laughs. Yes, and you can see. I mean, this is, yeah, it's crazy. But the movie is amazing. I love it. So happy to have it in my collection. And there are some special or extra things. And here you can see it has a little booklet. It's really nice. 1 disc. It's just too bad that it's, yeah. So I guess I have to get a replacement kind of thing here. Yeah. Oh, this scene. This is the custard scene. And if you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They are first having dinner, and then for dessert they will have custard. And they see that, I think his mother's name is Vera, she's not feeling very well. Okay, so now you're at the custard scene. And yeah. So we have the shot of this, one of the guests, this man is eating custard with a spoon. And just the way it's shot, it's, oh my god, that's so nasty. The bite that was pulsating, it kind of oozed out stuff into this man's custard, and he's just eating it. I always thought that's so nasty. Yeah, when things happen to food, people eat it, and it's nasty. I always find it super nasty. And then the mother's ear falls off right into the custard, and she eats that. And this other woman is just she's horrified because she sees, her man just ate some oozed up custard, and Vera just ate her own ear, and she's like, ooh. it's insane. And this man is like, that was a mighty fine custard. Yeah. When I saw this scene and the craziness, I was like, I love this movie. This movie will only get crazier and better. And that was the case. But okay, so now Lionel, he's in a basement. His mother is feeling ill. And the nurse has also been infected by this disease. Now it's kind of spreading. So, yeah. And his mom is also down in the basement. She's acting wild. The disease has affected her. She's trying to fight Lionel. And, I mean, the effects are just so good. And Lionel's giving all of these infected people a kind of sedative that kind of calms them down. So he shoots it up through the nose on his mom. But yeah, the effects are just amazing looking. They're both kind of nasty and gnarly, but it's just so effective. Yeah. Really fits this type of movie, definitely. Okay, let's see here. Another Eureka that I got that was also a bit broken, not as broken as the Man Who Laughs, but yeah, it kind of was. Okay, so we have the Hands of Orlok. And you can see there's the, yeah. Oh, it breaks my heart. But here we have a little booklet. Super nice. And we also have some extra things on this special Blu-ray edition. Okay, now the old woman with tarot cards, she comes to Lionel with this necklace with the symbol of the moon and the star that is going to protect him because it has the power of the light. And his mother escapes from the basement and she's now loose. She's like going to the little shop where Paquita works. Paquita hasn't realized like how severe her disease is. So she's like, oh, is she going to a hospital? Or and the mom gets hit by a trolley, sort of thing. And she swept right into the shop. But Lionel kind of quietly gives her a sedative, so she calms down. But I mean, she's not normal looking. That's for sure. Okay, now we're introduced to the most awful character ever, Uncle Les. He comes to the funeral. They are not having the funeral because we were like, well, your mother probably died. Yeah, and Uncle Les is hitting on Paquita and he's so gross. Just so slimy and yeah. Like all the bad stuff that happened to him in this movie, I was like, yes. Okay, now we have a scene because his mother's in the embalming room and actually the assistant in this room is played by Peter Jackson. And the embalming fluids just popped from like every orifice from her body. Like her eyes got like boop, and everything was just spewing out this green embalming fluid. And then we had the guy who was working there kind of put the eyes back. He was like boop. Yeah, it looked nasty, but effective, so good. Yeah. Oh, we're now at one of my favorite scenes as well. We have these guys. They are in a graveyard because Lionel needs to get the body of his mom back, and one of them is pissing on the grave, and then a hand comes in and grabs, him by the crotch. Yeah, it's so yeah, and then he just dies really violently, and the blood is just yeah, it's so good. And then his body's like thrown away, like right onto his friends. We can see the rib cage, everything. His friends are screaming, and the mom is going after his friend, and it's a frenzy. I love the pace of this movie. Everything is just bam, bam, bam. All these different types of settings, and now we have the priest coming, and I mean, his line, "I kick ass for the Lord," so memorable, so good. And yeah, he does his little martial art thing, but in the end, the priest loses. Yeah. Oh, the priest lands and gets a kind of cement hand from one of the graves right through his midsection. Through the back, going out through his midsection. Yeah. But he also got bit before. Yeah. A head landed on his shoulder and kind of... And now he has also got the disease. So now Lionel has to take care of even more people with this disease, so to speak. So he has them, chained up, or not chained up, but he has them in his home. Now it's the nurse, it's the priest, it's the whatever young rebel that was pissing on the grave, and the mother. Oh, and they're eating like gross things, and it looks it's one of them has like a cut this deep, and when the nurse eats, it just kind of comes out of here. Yeah. And it's all like mushy food. Yeah, it looks like baby food. And then Lionel takes, and just feeds the food directly down her throat instead of through her mouth. He's like, nah, because she's wide open here. That's why. And now the priest and the nurse are, yeah, they are making out. They are, they are really frisky, so to speak. But Lionel's like, no, 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 no. So as I mentioned earlier, the priest and the nurse, they do get down and freaky. And they actually produce a deceased zombie baby. And now Lionel is fighting the zombie baby, who's just come out of the womb. So he still has the umbilical cord attached. And I mean, it's a hilarious looking baby. And now Lionel is taking it out for a stroll. Yeah. I actually read that after shooting the film, they still had a lot of money left. So Peter Jackson spent those money on the park scenes, which is now park scenes with Lionel and the baby. And he said that those were his favorite to shoot. Yes. I mean, Lionel tries. He tries, but it's not easy. No. So he looks at what other moms are doing in the park, like, oh, and he's like, okay, I will try that on, what's his name? He names him Selvin or something. Yeah. But little Selvin isn't, Yeah. Okay, so now we're at the party scene. Yes. So, the uncle's having a party at Lionel's place, because, yeah. And Paquita comes there, and Les is being so gross, really hitting on her, but she just kicked him in the groin, so yeah. I read that Uncle Les gets hit in the groin, I think, total of 5 times throughout the movie. Should have been more. But yeah, now Paquita, she's hiding, and yeah, I mean, the party scene, I counted as just one long entire scene. It's the scene we've been waiting for. So much gore, so much humor, and just so much silliness is going on here. Okay, I can show you the third Eureka movie that I got. I ordered 3. The first one, The Man Who Laughs. Then we have The Hands of Orlok. And the third one I haven't actually seen. And this one was fine. No damage to it. But yeah, it's called Cure. Yeah, haven't seen this one, but I have known about it for a while, been wanting to watch it. And here we have a nice booklet. Love my booklets. We actually have 2. Yeah. 2 discs. So yeah, this was number 181. You can see there. Hands of Orlok was number 249, and then we have Man Who Laughs, which was 236. Yeah. So I mean, I'm happy with the movies, but I'm not happy with the damage, so to speak. So yeah, I was a little bummed by that. Yeah. Okay, now everything is out of control at this party. So much stuff happening, so many characters to try and, so many zombies to try and keep an eye on. Oh yeah, here's this guy. He's kind of climbing through a little hatch. Someone is grabbing his hands, but the bottom half of him is kind of missing. He only has his bone. The legs are gone except for the bones. They have, just bones. Another one gets a hand through her mouth. Yeah, it goes from here and comes out like this. So now, the mayhem is full on. It's so good. And I also read that the people that usually censor movies and who are putting it, a 15 rating and 18 rating and so forth, they actually thought that the gore was so humorous in this movie. Like, it was so funny that they actually wanted to put just a 15 rating on this. But in the end, everyone's like, but it's so massive. It's so much of it. So, 18. And now we get to a scene where Lionel finds out what happened, like in his flashback, and to his dad, and yeah. So we have the story that the dad had a mistress. The mom caught them, killed them both. Yeah. Like, what I also love about this movie is it's so super creative. We not only have like zombies attacking people, we have just like internal organs attacking people. Yeah, we have like large and small intestines coming after Lionel, trying to kill him, and it's hilarious. Yeah, I love that. Of course, we also have that zombie kid showing up at the party, causing some mayhem. And it's quite hilarious as well. And Uncle Les is chasing this baby, who's like, ha 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 ha. Oh, it's going down to the basement. And in the basement, we have something cooking. It's good. Yeah. And Lionel is just hanging. His leg is like on a string and is hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, it's mayhem. And now the mom has awakened. Yeah. She tapped like Uncle Les with her big ass nails on the shoulder, and now she grabs him, and she's like, she has grown like 10 times, and we see her just, yeah, kill Les in a very spectacular way. Yeah, she just pulls out his spine, basically. Yeah, she separates his head and spine from his body. Yeah. I love this shot. There's a shot where Paquita, she hits a head, a half of a head. She kicks it towards the door. It gets kicked back. Lionel comes in with the lawnmower and says the classic line, "Party's over." Love that. So good. And then he just, cranks up the lawnmower. Moaner. Why do I say moaner? Lawnmower. What? No, it's lawnmower. And he goes to town on the people. Yeah. Just, this is where the blood is all about. It just... And now the mom, she... we see her full final form. Yeah, I love it. I think, they built something really special and memorable. And she's so huge. Yeah, and now, she'll go after Lionel and Paquita, go up to the roof. And they will have their final confrontation. And now he confronts her about the dad and, what happened when he was younger. And that basically she killed the dad and his mistress. Yeah. She's like, how dare you speak to me like that? And I think Lionel realizes now that he really has to cut the cord to his own mom. Yeah. Okay, so now Lionel is forced to go. His mother's like body, stomach, everything opens up, and Lionel's forced back in there because kind of falls into it. And Paquita's like, no. Yeah, but we know what happens. Lionel, he gets out. Yeah, he has this necklace that he got from the tarot card woman, and he uses that to kind of cut his way open and free himself from his mother once and for all. And I love that ending. Such a good ending. Yeah, I remember really liking this ending, and it's really memorable. And she falls to pieces. A lot of blood is gushing out, and yeah, it's a really great and fitting ending, so to speak. Oh yeah, I forgot how much blood there is. Like, it's just, the elevator scene in The Shining? Yeah, it's like that. It's just gushing out of her stomach. But it's nice. But yeah. So here's my little Peter Jackson collection. With Braindead, Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, Forgotten Silver, and a documentary, Good Taste Made Bad Taste. And here's, of course, yeah, the DVD, Braindead. I am giving this movie an easy 10 out of 10. Like, it's super easy. Yeah. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this film. I mean, it's such a gory classic, gory funny classic. So please let me know in the comments below what you think. Is it a 10 out of 10 or not? And also, don't forget, I'm making another feature film myself. It will be a horror comedy, because I really love horror comedies. A gory horror comedy called Bunny Manslaughter. And the crowdfunding campaign for it is live. So if you want to support or donate anything, you can find the link in the description box below. And thank you so much. This has been me watching and commentating Braindead. Yeah. So have an amazing week, everyone. See you next time. Bye.